With more details regarding the firing of Mandy Rose and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. On Out of Character with Ryan Satin, Apollo Crews touched on Edge helping him previously with his promos. I remember working with Edge during the pandemic. He had contacted a few of us. I opened my Twitter and I'm like, Edge had slid in my DMs. I'm like, oh snap. I was like, no way, this is not real. He just mentioned that he wanted to, while he was injured with his triceps injury, he was talking about helping some of the younger guys with promos. So I was like, man, here's an opportunity. Extremely uncomfortable. He's talking about FaceTiming him once a week. I'm like, man, I hate FaceTime. I hate even talking on the phone, right? But I was like, here's a man who's taking his time to help me get better and advance in my career. So I have to do this, right? I have to do it. So we'd be on FaceTime like once a week, and he was literally critiquing and giving me advice. I'd send him like promo after promo. I mean, like up to like 8 to 10 promos a day, and he'd watch each and every one of them and be like, okay, I like what you did in the first one. Why don't you do what you did in the third one here? This part. You should try that in this first one right here, but don't do this. He was literally breaking and watching each one and bringing them down and bringing them down. I remember after I did the first promo I had when I started the Nigerian character, and I think I was still talking in my normal accent, and it was like a 2 or 3 minute promo the first time I was out there. I came back and he just gave me a hug. He just was so impressed, so pleased, just genuinely happy that I went out there and just did that, because it was really the first time I'd been tested like that to go out there and talk. After seeing the work that we had done, kind of, I don't want to say a final product, but here's a product of everything that he had helped me with. I think he was genuinely happy to see me not only get that opportunity, but to go out there and just kill it. I have nothing but great things to say about him, and I'm very grateful that he reached out and wanted to help not just me, but some of the other guys advance and just be better. You have someone like that who's done everything here and is here, he's reaching out to us to kind of pass some of the game along. How do you pass up on that opportunity? You'd be a fool if you didn't take that opportunity, right? Revealing to Sean Ross Sapp at WrestleCade that he re-signed with AEW, Ethan Page said this about his time in the company. Yeah, they're going well. I couldn't be happier with AEW, especially on screen recently. To have the run through that entire tournament, it was like a, we're going to give this guy the ball moment for me. It was nice to actually be able to, what I feel, do something with it. Yeah, and it was scary. I was very nervous. It was during the pandemic, so there was so much uncertainty. It all worked out in the end, and now we're almost 2 years in, and I couldn't be happier. I know I made the right choice. I think sky's the limit too. The freedoms that they give us as performers to kind of create our own characters and presence and style, and the fact that I can differentiate myself from everyone else on the show and no one is telling me, no, be more like this guy or do it more like this. It's very much whatever Ethan Page brings to the table is what he brings to the table. If it's good, we're going to put it on TV, and if it's not, we won't. While Shawn Michaels is busy with his duties on NXT, it seems that Kevin Owens is interested in facing HBK, with it reported that Michaels told Owens that he'd be lying if he didn't think about doing another match, especially when he saw the kind of match that Steve Austin had with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania this year. However, he also said that he doesn't think he should. AJ Styles had also once pitched a match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania that got turned down. Michaels did come out of retirement for a WWE Crown Jewel tag team match that he told numerous people was the biggest payday of his career. Fightful's Jimmy Van had actually heard the one match number for that was in the neighborhood of $3 million. During an interview with Forbes, Saraya noted this in regards to those in WWE talking about AEW, saying, "When I was backstage in WWE, I didn't see people talk about AEW. People were just happy that there was another place for people to go. When people would get let go in WWE, we'd be so devastated for people. It would be like someone just died or something like that." For For that same interview, Saraya would say this about Sasha Banks, who is expected to make an appearance at New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th, coming to AEW and being your mystery tag team partner. I feel like anytime there's a mystery, everyone always goes straight for Mercedes. There's like, straight away, it's her. There's plenty of women out there. I'm not going to say yes or no to anybody, but there's a lot of exciting prospects for a potential tag partner. I've always said that I would want to work with Sasha again in any capacity, because she's a pro. In the wrestling side of things, see, she's such a fantastic athlete. You can't deny her talent. She's fantastic. With Mandy Rose shockingly losing the NXT Women's title in what was reported as a last-minute decision prior to being fired from WWE, it was said that this had to do with her premium content page. Still, Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live that WWE was aware of this service, so for a while this was not an issue. This was not something they were unaware of, and then she ended up dropping the title yesterday and she is no longer with the company. From what I've been told, her subscription site through Fan Time, where she posted bikini shots and this and that, and then recently became more than that. We saw a lot more Mandy Rose, and apparently it got to the degree where WWE was like, this isn't gonna fly. Of course, it should be noted that Mandy Rose would end up trending on Twitter prior to this decision to drop the title and fire her due to leaked photos and videos from her premium content page. While she is out of WWE and presumably has a 90-day non-compete clause, Alvarez would also mention on Wrestling Observer Live that I was given the impression that it's not like she can never come back, and there is a possibility down the road she will come back, but for now, she is gone. With Mandy Rose being fired over her premium content page, many fans online would call out WWE for what they see as a double standard. Didn't WWE used to have their women featured on the cover of Playboy for years, and fans could pay money to buy the product to see the photos? Why let her go? I don't understand. Vince McMahon built that business off exploiting and hypersexualizing women, not to mention the hundreds of sexual assault claims made by women in the company. Yet Mandy posting some risque photos lost her the title and her career. Okay, why go straight to firing? If they had such a problem with her page or it was against her contract, why not ask her to close it down first? Seems like a lose-lose on their end. Having rebuilt her character on NXT, they've now lost all that time and a solid performer. Not a Mandy fan, but wow, WWE needs to revise that policy. Same company, by the way. Meanwhile, Natalya is over here doing the same thing with her sister. WWE is too sensitive. Why not be like AEW and have some freedom? Somebody will sign her immediately, and WWE will regret this release. She was easily the most improved women's wrestler this year. Remember how WWE was proud of Tori, Ashley, Candice, Christy for being on Playboy? She doesn't deserve this, especially after all she did for the NXT brand. Shouldn't have lost her job over something like this. Very hypocritical of a company that used to have its female talent pose in Playboy and show much more. The WWE are hypocrites, and that's all I will say about that. The hashtag Justice for Mandy would also be trending as fans wrote, Mandy Rose getting released for content, yet you have literal rapists and abusers still on the roster? Typical WWE. The thing about Mandy isn't that her pictures were too sexual, it's that the money was going to her directly without WWE taking a cut. To claim it's about anything other than money is BS. Same as what happened with the wrestlers' Twitch streams a few years ago. Why release a wrestler that lives and breathes their toxic attraction gimmick? Mandy Rose is keeping kayfabe alive, children friendly. It's literally a show where men and women beat the out of each other, sometimes with weapons. They can say parental guidance, it's not child friendly. Men in the WWE have done worse things but always get suspended or time off, never fired. The double standards you guys have. Mandy, you will always be loved by us. WWE is fickle. Mandy Rose tries to earn a second income, equals thumbs down. Paige finishes Brad Maddox onto the NXT Women's Championship, a piece of WWE property, equals thumbs up. So WWE, when all your men's superstars get their private pics leaked, it's okay they make a statement apologizing, and they keep their title and job, but as soon as it's a female, you let them go. This ain't right. I have a lot to say about this, but all I can say right now is thank you, Mandy. You're so loved by your fans, we want to see you thrive, BB. I'm sad that this is probably the end for Toxic Attraction. Overall, such a good group. I feel like the punishment for Mandy Rose from WWE went above and beyond extreme measures. A title loss and possible suspension would have been plenty. Being fired for people leaking content against your will is unjust. She deserved better. Mandy Rose would also address her release as she wrote, "Hey guys, thank you for all the messages. I'm overwhelmed with all the love and support from you guys. And don't worry, the page is still up." Talking about her experience training in Mexico, Sasha Banks said during an Instagram live charity stream, "I miss Mexico so much. I think about it every single day. What a huge, crazy honor to live in a different country, let alone Mexico. Just to go out there to train Lucha Libre with these top legends that I grew up watching. Whether it was Ricky Marvin, the Juice Juventud, Skade. I've been such a fan of his work. The way that he teaches, he taught a lot of Chikara Pro guys. Claudio, Drew Gulak. I'm a huge fan of Claudio's work. I wanted to get my basing down, my rolls down, so I found him at the gym and freaked out like a fan. You're here. You're actually here. I've been DMing you for years, trying to find an email, trying to get to a seminar in the United States. There I was in Mexico training with him. Craziest timing, so meant to be. Trained with 5 different people, whether it was Ricky Marvin, the Juice, Mamba, Skade, Mr. Iguana. There was so much. I miss it daily. I'm homesick from Mexico because I belong there. On the last day of training, Skade kept hitting me over the head because I kept messing up all the spots. No, he called me El Stupida. I was like, I'm gonna cry. What the hell? I was doing 2-a-days training in the morning, training at night. Everything is on the other side. He is so zippity doo-dah. And I'm like, I didn't understand. El Stupida. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.